welcome to Gigi's Altered Objects. As I promised, I have another Halloween decoration for you. And I'll tell you some tricks that I did on this. The bottom are just two old Reader's Digest books that I did some tea dyeing to the outside and the edges of the pages with. And then you can see I put some metal corners on the books and some cool spooky feet on the bottom. I glued the books together a little askew, and then I used a combination. I wanted different textures, so I used some seam binding, some ribbon, and on this side you'll see that I also used some leather. This was not my original idea. I saw something similar to this when Tim Holtz previewed the new Halloween items from his line, and I did a few things different. For instance, the Tim Holtz line sells these little pumpkins on 3 different sizes. He says that's good because then you can do things like this, stacking them up. See that? But when I was at Hobby Lobby, I found, and I'm probably going to mispronounce this, but this whole little bag, and they're called Putka pods, P-U-T-K-A pods, and they come in all different sizes. You can paint them, you can have gray pumpkins, white pumpkins, whatever you want, and for this whole bag, it was $5. And for the Rangers, you have to pay shipping, plus I believe you get 9 of them, 3 and 3 different sizes, for about $5. So this is a good find. Now there are some Tim Holtz things that I do love, his different size bones, and I use a combination of skulls, some that are beads, but these 2 come from his. But again, I got a deal on those because when I was at the scrapbook convention, I found that for the Tim Holtz, in the Tim Holtz booth, they had a section that I totally missed that was all things that were half off. And it happened to be last year's Halloween things. So they're just going to be packaged a little differently. I did buy some more of the bones, and the difference this time is that they're going to have a larger femur bone in there. So I have the old pack that I got for half off. I got a pack of the skulls, and I did buy some of the new skulls, I think, because some of them, no, I didn't. The only thing different is they come a little chipped, a little different. So I haven't used up the skulls I bought yet. I also got half price this wonderful tombstone. This year the tombstones come 2 to a pack with a mummy hand that comes out of them. They were out of those. I really wanted to experiment with the mummy hand. So here are just a couple leftover stickers from my stash that I backed and put on here. This is from last year's paper doll collection. I did order the new ones. He used he used metal, or his designer used metal fencing on theirs, but I had some leftover white picket fence that I got in a whole roll from Hobby Lobby and I haven't used it up yet, so I just painted that black. I used some different kind of moss. I picked up this little tree. This was one of the finds that I had. I showed you the skulls and other items that I got for 40% off at Michael's. I got that tree and I put a little moss in it. On the bottom, on the platform, I cut a thin piece of styrofoam so I could both glue and stick items in it, and I covered it with reindeer moss. There are a few homemade flowers. Here's one on the back side. And here's another one here. So this is my latest spooktacular project. I hope you like it. Please remember to subscribe, give me a thumbs up or a comment, and happy crafting.